Hello everyone. I'm back with new topic today. In our last class, we discussed about pandas, series, and data frames, and we talked about few important functions of series and data frame. So today, previously we have created series and data frame manually, but now today I want you to understand that how to read external CSV file in pandas. I mean, how to import those CSV or Excel file in pandas environment. So just to start with, first we have to import a required the packages, or you can say the library. I have imported NumPy and pandas, although I don't need NumPy, but I have just imported. I'll be requiring pandas. So the data which I want to import is to this location, let's say. So I simply import my data which is stored to this location. So let me start how I'll be doing it. First, I have to give the name that I want to have in this notebook for that data which I'm going to import. So you can give any name, that's not a fixed keyword, or you can define any name. So let me give it a name like new df as a new data frame. So to read, I have to use pd dot read underscore csv, because I'm going to import CSV file, small parenthesis, and I have to start with quotes, either single or double. Then let me write you here that what would be the syntax. The name of data frame, I'm writing here name of data frame, and then you have to write pd dot read underscore csv, small parenthesis, either single or double quotes. You have to the location of your data. Let me write it, data location or path, you can say, or path. You have to write, copy and paste that thing. Then you have to use forward slash file name dot file extension, which will be dot csv file only, right? So the same thing we are going to apply here. So I have given the name as new underscore df. Pd dot read underscore csv is a function which I'm going to use to read that data. And now I have to copy the path. So first, this is the option. You simply click here and copy the entire path. You just go here, click it, Control C to copy that, and you move to this Jupyter notebook and paste it here. Then, as I said, forward slash file name means from this location what file or what data you want to import, because at this same location we have multiple data sets. So which one you want to import? So let's say I want to import this suicide rate, right? This one I want to import. Let me showcase you that file first to you. Let me open it. So this is a file. Here we have multiple rows and columns all together. So let me close this. We are going to import this file. Let me copy and paste the name. I recommend you to copy and paste the name, because Python is case sensitive. Sometime you miss something to write and you got errors, right? So let's move, just paste it, dot the extension of that file. And what is the extension here? Dot csv. So let me run it. You will see that this particular data has been imported uh, to and is stored to new underscore dfs. To check that, I have to call it like this. So this is the data set that was previously named as suicide underscore rate when it was stored to this location, and now I have imported that data to Python environment and I have renamed it as new underscore df. So this is one of the options. Sometime you get some Unicode kind of error. Just to let me explain you here. Might be you get that Unicode error. You may get Unicode error, something like that. So just to avoid it, what you can do, just add r before the quotes, r, small r, or you can convert or make all the backslashes as forward. Let me showcase you some example. I may able to replicate that issue. For example, this any data set, let's say import this file, or let's say we import home price. So just copy this file and go to the Python environment and new home price. I have given this name. I'll be writing pd dot read underscore csv, and then either single or double quotes. I have written that path / home price was the name of file. Let me confirm it once again. Yes, it was home price dot csv. So once you run it, it has been run. So if you got that Unicode error, you simply put R here, add R, simple R here, or you may convert those backslashes as forward one. So this way you can basically fix that issue. Let me run this new underscore hp. So we have basically imported these two csv file. You can see that this was the first one, so side rate, and this was the uh, home price which we have imported. Let me explain you once again. Once we read that file, first we have to go to that location where to our system location where that particular file exists. So we just copy that path. Let me go to that location. You just copy that path. Either you can copy from here, or simply, let's say you want to import this data, you just right click that and go to the properties, and you will see location here. So this is the path. You can copy that path from here as well. Let me explain once again. Select the data set which you want to import. Just right click, go to the properties, and then copy that location. Then after the location, you have to put /, then dot, after // you have to give the name of the file or the data set which you want to import. So I wanted to import suicide date. I have given that name, and then you have to add the extension. So this is the extension. So this was basically for CSV. Let me explain one more file as Excel file. Let me check whether I do have Excel there or not. So let me close it. See, yes, I do have this file as Excel file. So I simply copy this path. I want to import it as stock data one. So I'm giving the same name, stock data. You can use any name. pd dot read underscore Excel. I'll be using single or double quotes. Paste that path / file location. So file name was the stock dot data. Let me confirm once again. Stock underscore data. That was stock underscore data, and dot xlsx. That is the extension. So let me run it, and let me call this stock underscore data. You see that Excel file has been imported. So we have imported CSV as well. We have imported Excel as well. So now this file has been created, has been imported, and these are the pandas data set or data frame for us. You see, these are the panda data frame now. So for to check any, there are few operations that we always apply on those data frames. For example, that's the name of the data frame. So in case you want to check the first 5 rows, you apply head, and in case you want to check the range of that particular data frame, let's say I want to see from 10 index to 20 index, so you can simply pass those in square brackets. So you see that from 10 index till 19, we all know that last range is excluded, right? So let's say you imported the data, and you are performing some analysis on that, and for example, you want to check that how many columns in that data we have, or what are the name of columns in that particular data set. So you can simply use columns after the data frame name. So the name of the data frame was new underscore df dot columns. It will give you all the columns as an output. So whatever the columns we do have, then new underscore df dot index, it will give you the indexes, I mean from which it starts, and how many steps it follows, and how many rows basically we do have. So it starts from 0, goes to 27820. If you check it, new underscore df dot tail, so you can see the last 5 rows from this data frame, and you see that we have 27819. So if you count from 0, so that will be 27819, and this is the bottom 5 rows for us. So this is how we can check the rows or the columns, or in case we want to extract a particular column, or there are a number of operations we are going to perform further. But for this today I just wanted to let you know that how to read CSV and Excel file. Now let me tell you one more thing, that in case you are already done with all the changes that you wanted to perform. Now you want to convert that pandas data frame as a CSV file, or as Excel file. So we call it that write data frame as CSV or Excel. How we are going to do it? So once you're done with this, let's say new underscore df was the data frame. So we'll be writing to underscore CSV, and see now that new underscore df is into the pandas environment, and we want to store it to some specific position that is there in our system. So we have to copy that location. Let's say I want to store it here, so I have to copy that location and I'll paste it here in quotes / I'll be giving the name from which name you want to store to that location. Let's say the save underscore new df, I have given this name, and I want to save it as CSV, so I have put it .csv. So once I'll run it, and if you will go to that location, you see save underscore new df has been saved to our system location. So we are able to write those pandas data frame again. First we read those CSV file and convert it to as a pandas data frame. Then once we are one with analysis, or let's say we want to save that data frame as a CSV file, we can do that. And the same way you can apply for Excel. So you have to convert it to underscore Excel, or simply in CSV as well you can give XLSX as a extension, so it will be saved to that particular location. Let me explain once again. To read the file, you have to copy the path, and the path where that particular file is located, then the name of the file at that particular place, and dot, then the extension of that file, pd.read underscore csv, small parenthesis will be started, then in single or double quotes you will be writing the path / file name dot extension. And then what you are going to do, in case that's an Excel file, then you have to use read underscore Excel, or the extension of the Excel file, whatever the extension you do have, and then you simply import it. Maybe sometime you get that Unicode kind of type of errors. So to reduce that, we can simply put R before those quotes, and your problem will get solved. Fine guys, so you all are if might be you tried how in your practical lab, that how to read and write the CSV or Excel file. I'll be coming with some more interesting stuff while reading or writing those files. Let's say we want to make certain conditions, or we are specific for particular rows and columns, or let's say we don't want to import column or the indexes. So there are multiple ways to do it. So simply first you learn how to read and write Excel file, then we'll make those manipulations on that. So that's it for today. Thank you guys, take care, bye bye.